We have a massive trade update surrounding the New York Yankees, and this will unlock the team in every sense of the word, as the Yankees have a desperate need for contact hitting and also to keep improving on the margins of their fielding. And now they have the perfect opportunity amidst a ton of noise surrounding both Kyle Tucker and Cody Bellinger with the Yankees. Obviously, the Yankees are trying to re-sign Bellinger. Kyle Tucker is the prize free agent. But this, guys, this is how the Yankees get fully unlocked. Obviously, Kyle Tucker is a huge name. Obviously, we want to re-sign Cody Bellinger. And both of these moves, one of them can still happen after the Yankees go out and make this move that does completely unlock the team, solving a bunch of problems, specifically the main problem that this offense has. And we're going to dive right into it, explain how the Yankees have the perfect opportunity to unlock their offense, solving all the problems in the world while getting their defense even better, and also continuing to build a contending team that's actually built the right way. After seeing the way that the Toronto Blue Jays were able to make the World Series out of the American League by using a very similar system, and we're going to break all that down. But guys, real quick, if you are part of that percentage that's not subscribed, if you're part of that 74%, make sure to subscribe to Yankees Digest so you don't miss a single New York Yankees update all offseason long. We are not missing a day of uploads all offseason, so you want to make sure to be subscribed. Have those post notifications on, but let's jump into the video, guys. There is a lot to go over on the Yankees right now, because look, there's no doubt about it, Brian Cashman has his work cut out for him going into this Yankees offseason. Obviously, there's holes in this Yankees team. They need to make some fixes. Some of that is with just deciding who's going to be playing what position. Is Anthony Volpe going to be back? Stuff like that. What they're going to do with the pitching, what they're going to do with the bullpen. But one of the Yankees' consistent issues that they've had since DJ LeMahieu started to fall off an absolute cliff was the contact hitting on this team was just not good. The Yankees, in the entirety of Aaron Judge's tenure with the team, have not had a leadoff hitter who can hit for contact really, really well, play the field well, and run the bases incredibly well. That's something they have just never been able to get down, and it really makes no sense, especially with all the times that Aaron Judge bats second, that they haven't been able to find a guy like that, and they haven't even really looked to find a guy like that. Well, now the perfect opportunity has fallen to the Yankees, and here it is. As Bleacher Report did highlight the Yankees, their big move should be a trade for an outfielder, and the prime target is Cleveland's Steven Kwan, who's arbitration eligible through 2027. So the Yankees would have a guy they'd be able to hold on to for a little bit, go out there and acquire Kwan after the Guardians just have kind of lost a ton of momentum recently. The Yankees in this move are able to get another outfielder in Kwan, bring him in, likely put him out in left field for the majority of the time, and then you also get a leadoff hitter who, if you want to put Aaron Judge at second, just so happens to be a lefty. So you continue to move forwards with the lefty-righty sort of scheme, and then if Cody Bellinger batting third and Stanton batting fourth, and all of a sudden things start to look really good with Jazz at sixth, and you also still have guys like Ben Rice around and stuff like that. And Steven Kwan effectively unlocks the entirety of the Yankees having an absolutely incredible lineup when it comes to hitting, because not only can he run the bases really well, but he's one of the best contact hitters in the sport. And this is a perfect move for the Yankees that was explained as well by Kerry Miller, saying, with the expectation of Kyle Tucker, the most noteworthy free agent outfielders are the two who spent the past season with the Yankees, Cody Bellinger and Trent Grisham. But with Jason Dominguez already a regular in the bigs and Spencer Jones on the way, maybe they're not all that invested in any sort of long-term reinvestment in an outfielder, in which the case of the trade block will come in handy. For what it's worth, if the rivalries didn't exist, the prime trade partner would be calling Boston about Jarren Duran, but it's been a long time since those two put together a trade anywhere near that significant, and would be extremely surprising to see the Yankees go out there and trade for Jarren Duran at all. However, if you guys do want to see me make a video on that, let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to make a video on anything you guys want to hear me talk about, so leave comments down below what you guys want to see me talk about as well. But in regards to Kwan, man, he is the perfect player for this team. He had a bit of a down year and still batted with a 272, runs the bases well, and yeah, the offense was a little bit below average, but he gives you a leadoff hitter that you desperately need, who's also an elite fielding outfielder. He's an all-star player. He's got a career 281 at the average, and that's what the Yankees need. They don't need a power threat. They need to play a little bit of small ball here, get a contact hitter like Steven Kwan who can do all the base running that you need, and also then you go out there, you have Judge batting second if you want, and obviously this depends on lefty-righty as well, but you could also just sort of start to navigate the situation with a whole lot of ease. And then all of a sudden, it feels like you got a really good scenario coming here where you finally have your leadoff hitter. You finally have a guy you can trust in that position. And right now, because of the down year, the Yankees probably wouldn't need to break the bank trying to trade for Kwan as well. Now, obviously, there's always going to be talk about Kyle Tucker, who's been a top 10 hitter in baseball since 2023, as Fireside Yankees mentioned, having a 147 weighted runs created plus, which is 7th, an 892 OPS, which is 8th, and a 380 on base percentage, which is 7th. And as they mentioned, he's hit for better average than Steven Kwan while having a better slugging percentage than Rafael Devers over that stretch. Should the Yankees sign him this winter? Obviously, look, if you can go out there and sign Kyle Tucker, that's a whole other situation. And I talk about Kyle Tucker a lot, so I don't want to stick on this topic forever because I got a bunch of videos on him, and there will probably be more Kyle Tucker news. But when it comes to Tucker, if the Yankees could sign him and bat him second and have Judge third and have Kyle Tucker with Aaron Judge protection, yeah, you go out there and do that. If the Yankees can afford it and figure out a way to get Kyle Tucker, you go out there and get Kyle Tucker. That's what you do. You move Jason Dominguez to center field. You move Kyle Tucker to left and have Judge in right. Or you figure out kind of like how the Yankees can really navigate the whole situation. I'm trying to pretend like I didn't accidentally just curse. I cannot. That's been months since I've done that. If you see the live streams I do in Knicks Digest, you know it's a little more frequent. But you start to figure out exactly what the Yankees do want to do going forwards with this team. Do they want to really sign Cody Bellinger again? The answer is yes. They love Cody Bellinger. So with that in mind, Kyle Tucker feels like more of a stretch and sort of a situation on if the Yankees feel like, all right, this is worth the investment, we're going to make it. And then it makes sense. You put Tucker in left, and you can still use Spencer Jones. Obviously, a lot of this depends on where Aaron Judge ends up at the end of the day. Can Judge still go out there and play the outfield? If he can, then it makes sense to go out there and maybe just stick with Cody Bellinger or go get a Steven Kwan. But if you can't, you put Kyle Tucker in right field. You go out there, you put Jason Dominguez or you put Spencer Jones in center, really, and have Dominguez in left, and you let Cody Bellinger walk, likely to the Mets. That's really what you would do if you want to go get Kyle Tucker. But at the same time, if you want to stick with Bellinger, Bellinger can move around anywhere in the outfield. He can play center field. He can play left field. He can play right field. So you could use Bellinger. You could use Steven Kwan probably in left field and move Jason Dominguez to center field if you want. You could put Kwan really anywhere in the outfield as well. You can put him in center field. He's played a good amount of center field. You could put him in right field and have Cody Bellinger in center and then have Jason Dominguez in left and still figure out what you want to do with Spencer Jones. Again, obviously, that makes it tough because they're like, where does Aaron Judge go? Does he go to first and does Ben Rice go to catcher? But having versatility is not an issue. I mean, injuries happen, first of all, and just it never hurt to have too much versatility on a baseball lineup. It just that's not something that we should ever worry about. So getting Steven Kwan does make a lot of sense. I mean, again, if you can get Kyle Tucker, you go out there and you grab him because of who he is. He had a 266 batting average last year, an 841 OPS, an OPS plus of 143, and obviously he was a left field playing in Wrigley, which is not easy. On top of that, Cody Bellinger had a 272 batting average, 29 home runs, literally was so close to 30. He's an excellent base runner, excellent fielder as well, with an 813 OPS and a 125 OPS plus. I do think the Yankees are going to really focus on bringing back Cody Bellinger. I love the idea of the Yankees finding some sort of right-handed contact hitter as well. That's kind of the thing, if I'm being honest. My preferred sort of situation here, as much as I do love Steven Kwan, I would love for the Yankees to go out and find a righty who can run the bases and hit with contact to bat first. And then you have Cody Bellinger at second with Aaron Judge protection, and then Judge at third, and then fourth you put Ben Rice, fifth you put Stanton, sixth you put Jazz, and then all of a sudden I think that's the lineup that the Yankees should be going with personally. But obviously if there's not a right-handed great contact hitter and base runner available and you can nab Steven Kwan and bring him onto the team, you do that absolutely, because at the end of the day you want to add as much talent to this team as possible and make players who fit well together on the team. Again, if you want to go find that guy who can run the bases and also hit for contact, you can go get Bo Bichette. The man is not a good shortstop at all when it comes to fielding. Gets about as much errors as Anthony Volpe anyway, so we would consider that. But obviously, the offense would make the argument worth it. But guys, what do you want to see happen? Let me know in the comments down below. Forget that I said the F word because I didn't mean to. That made it sound like I didn't. Never mind. We're going to push past. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Go Yankees. I hope nobody remembers that I cursed because I try not to on this channel. I do. Don't get me wrong. You'll hear it. It'll happen. It happens on Knicks Digest a lot more. On the Knicks Digest live streams, that is. Not on the videos, but on the live streams, you hear it slip more. But I'm also, like, usually just, it's a happy hour show. There's, like, a drink or two involved. So, you know how it goes. You know how we roll. We're an avalanche.